Hi everyone, welcome to Jordan Technology Tutorial. This is Priyanshu. Today's session agenda is what is properties in WC, what is React and non-React property, reactive property. So let's move to the agenda. What is property in LWC? So let's move to the another side. In any programming language, we will need variables to hold data in Lightning Web Component. We call them property. So it means a property can hold data like a 0 to 5. So a is a property. So it is called property. So let's move to the next. What is reactive and non-reactive properties? So let's move to the slide. Reactive property, if the value of property changes, the component template re-renders. When you modify reactive property, the template will update. There are two types of property in Lightning Web Components. Public properties, let's move to the another slide. This type of property is decorated with the @API decorator. We use this property when a parent component is updating the child component property, and we need to re-render the child component. To accomplish this, we can decorate child component property with @API decorator. So basically, public means we can it communicate with the other component. Communicate with other component, like a parent component can send data to child component, and we use this data. We can access this data by the API decorator. So basically, uh, parent component can send data to child component, child component access that data using the API decorator. And the B point is private property. This type of property is decorated with the track decorator. We use this property when we want to update a component whenever the component property gets updated. To accomplish this, we can decorate component property with the track decorator. Note: after Spring 20 release, the track decorator has been depreciated. So basically, we uses like private decorator. Private property means like it can it cannot communicate with the other components. It communicate with the own components. So let's. This is the HTML file. This is the JS file of component, and this is the configuration file. This HTML file. This is a source component. So basically, reactive public property is a parent component, and accessing the child component name as a name called source. So this accessing the child component, and world is a variable name, you can say a property, you can say, uh, and 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 a string called world from target in a world variable or as a property. This world variable or property you can access in the child component user using the API decorator. So I can show you the source component. Here is the source component. In the JS file of parent component, it's nothing too much. And I have to remove these files and open the source.html file, source.js file, and the configuration file. In the configuration file, is expose is false, and the JS file at that API world we are accessing from here, from the parent component reactive public property. We can access this variable from the parent component and display this variable into the HTML file. Hello, this will print this hello world from target. I can show you the org what is going on. Say it was org. So this is the public reactive public property component. Hello world from target. So you can easily understand this thing. We can accessing the other component data using API decorator. That's why it's a public. Public means you can accessing the public data, other component data. So let's move to the another topic, private component, private property, and let's open the reactive private property. This is the HTML file of property. This is a JS file. This is a configuration file. HTML, this component will display on the home page only, not display on the other page. So we define targets. and that is exposed is true. In the JS file, like first I have to open the HTML file. So this is the input box. You can see here is the input box. Value is message one. So message one, a by default value will be printed here, and label is private property. Placeholder is non-reactive property. On change event is occur here. Change handler is defined in the JS file, and in the above input, in the below input box, there is a message print. The same message is printed here, and in the JS code, message one have a default value reactive property. So handle change event occur as you can see here, and this message one event dot target dot value, we accessing the value from the input box. This is the uh, flow of accessing the value of the input box dot target dot value, event dot target dot value, and this message will update it. uh, if by default the value is like a reactive property, and if I update this value like reactive property, again I write reactive property or my name like Priyanshu Jordal technology, it will update automatically. So this is called a private property. It's updating on component data. So using track. Well, but the track is depreciated after 20 Spring release. So we don't have to use the track decorator. Previous of Spring 20 release, we have to use track for updating the data. So here is the code of the private property. So let's move to the another slide. Non-reactive property. So non-reactive property, whenever value changes to the property when it does not read under the component, we don't need to use decorator to define this type of property. Basically, non-reactive property also depreciated after the 20 spring release. So for your knowledge, I write this topic non-reactive property. Previously, there is two types of reactive and non-reactive, but now is only a reactive property apply here. So thanks for watching this tutorial. Have a nice day.